The message notification lit up my phone screen as I sat in my private office atop the Grand Azure Resort and Spa, overlooking the crystalline waters of the Maldives. Amanda, since you're still finding yourself with that travel blog nobody reads, we thought it best not to invite you to Dad's 60th. The Grand Azure is very exclusive. Rooms start at $5,000 per night. Wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable. I glanced through the floor-to-ceiling windows at my flagship property, the crown jewel of Eclipse Luxury Resorts, my carefully hidden hospitality empire. If only Amanda knew that her struggling little sister owned not just this resort, but a chain of 35 luxury properties across the globe. Miss Parker. My assistant Emma knocked softly. The quarterly reports are ready, and the new property acquisition in Bali is finalized. I smiled, thinking of how my family still believed I was backpacking around Asia, writing a travel blog to make ends meet. In reality, I was building one of the world's most exclusive hotel chains, all while maintaining the perfect cover story. Thank you, Emma. And the arrangements for my father's birthday celebration. She consulted her tablet. Everything is set. Your family's booking is confirmed for the Royal Ocean Villa, though they think they're getting a significant industry discount through their connections. I had to laugh at that. My sister Amanda, always the social climber, had probably pulled every string she could to get that discount, not knowing that I'd personally designed that villa, right down to the infinity pool that seemed to merge with the Indian Ocean. Another text buzzed through. Mom, darling, we know you're still upset about leaving Kingston Hotel's executive training program, but this lifestyle you've chosen. Perhaps it's time to come home and rejoin the family business. Kingston Hotels, the mid-range hotel chain where my family held minor executive positions, all of them convinced they were hospitality industry royalty. They'd been devastated when I'd walked away from their dynasty 5 years ago. What they didn't know was that I'd used my inheritance and business degree to start investing in luxury properties, building Eclipse Luxury Resorts into a billion-dollar empire that made Kingston Hotels look like a roadside motel chain. Emma, what's the current occupancy rate? I asked, already knowing the answer. 98% across all properties, Miss Parker. The waiting list for the Grand Azure is 6 months long, except for your family's last-minute booking, which you personally approved. I stood up, walking to the window to watch the sunset paint the ocean in shades of gold. Below, guests lounged in private pools, dined at Michelin-starred restaurants, and enjoyed the kind of luxury my family could only dream of providing in their hotels. My phone buzzed again. Amanda, by the way, I heard the owner of Grand Azure might be at Dad's party. Some mysterious hotel magnate. Maybe you could serve drinks and network? Face blowing a kiss. If she only knew that the mysterious hotel magnate was her own sister. I'd kept my identity hidden through a complex web of corporations and investment firms, appearing in public only as E.J. Parker, the reclusive founder of Eclipse Luxury Resorts. Emma, confirm my schedule for next week's inspection visit, to coincide with my father's birthday celebration. I smiled, thinking of the moment they'd realize who really owned their exclusive resort. Of course, Miss Parker. Should I arrange the usual disguise for your routine property inspection? Not this time, I replied, picking up a photo from my desk, the last family picture taken before I'd left to find myself. I think it's time for the owner of Grand Azure to make a proper appearance. The day of my father's birthday arrived with picture-perfect Maldivian weather. From my private villa, a secluded sanctuary even more luxurious than the Royal Ocean Villa where my family was staying, I watched their arrival through the resort's security feeds. Amanda stepped out of the seaplane first, designer sunglasses in place, already ordering staff around as if she owned the place. Behind her, my parents emerged, my father looking impressed despite himself, my mother critically examining every detail of the welcome ceremony I'd personally designed. Your family has arrived, Emma reported, tablet in hand. Your sister has already requested 3-room upgrades and complained about the champagne selection, not realizing it's a $2,000 bottle. I smiled, adjusting my resort director's blazer. For phase 1 of my revelation, I'd be playing Sarah Chin, the resort's general manager, another of my carefully crafted aliases. How long before they realize their industry discount doesn't exist in our system? The front desk is handling it now, Emma replied, pulling up the security feed. Your sister is not taking it well. On the screen, Amanda was turning an interesting shade of red. What do you mean there's no discount? We have connections at Kingston hotels. This must be a mistake. I watched as my carefully trained staff handled the situation exactly as I'd instructed. Mrs. Kingston, the front desk manager said smoothly, we have no affiliations with Kingston hotels. However, your stay has been personally approved by the owner of Eclipse Luxury Resorts. The owner. My mother perked up immediately. E.J. Parker is here? Yes, madam. In fact, Miss Parker has arranged a special dinner for your father's birthday celebration tonight. I checked my watch 6 hours until dinner, where they'd find out just who E.J. Parker really was. But first I had some entertainment planned. Disguised as Sarah Chin, I approached their group. Welcome to Grand Azure. I'm the resort director. We're honored to have you with us. Amanda immediately switched to her networking mode. Sarah darling, we're practically industry colleagues. I'm the VP of Guest Relations at Kingston Hotels. I bit back a laugh, knowing that Kingston Hotels' entire annual revenue was less than what Grand Azure made in a month. How lovely. Please, let me show you to your villa. As we walked through the resort, I pointed out features I'd personally designed, the overwater spa pods, the underwater restaurant, the private beach coves. My family oohed and awed, having never experienced this level of luxury at their mid-range hotels. This must cost a fortune to maintain, my father mused, ever the hotel manager. The logistics alone. Our owner is quite particular about details, I replied, thinking of the countless nights I'd spent perfecting every aspect of my properties. Speaking of which, Miss Parker has arranged something special for your birthday dinner. E.J. Parker, my mother said dreamily. I heard she's quite young for a hotel magnate. Brilliant investor. Very mysterious. Amanda sniffed. Probably some trust fund baby who got lucky. Not like us. We actually work in hospitality. I led them to their villa, suppressing a smile as they gasped at the infinity pool, the personal butler service, the hand-selected artwork, all chosen by their struggling daughter. Your sister was invited, wasn't she? I asked innocently. Emma Parker? I believe she's quite well known in travel blogging circles. Amanda waved dismissively. Oh, she couldn't afford this place. Besides, she's probably in some hostel in Thailand still trying to find herself. How interesting, I murmured, knowing that in a few hours, they'd discover exactly what I'd found, an empire that made their precious Kingston hotels look like a speck in the ocean surrounding us. As sunset approached, I changed from my resort director's outfit into an elegant white designer dress, one that cost more than a month's stay in their best Kingston hotel suite. The private dining pavilion I'd arranged floated on crystal-clear waters, with glass floors revealing the illuminated coral reefs below. Emma appeared with final preparations. Your family is being escorted here now. The revelation documents are ready, including the recent acquisition papers. Ah yes, my latest acquisition. I just bought Kingston Hotels through a shell corporation, though they didn't know it yet. A small purchase compared to my other properties, but poetically fitting for tonight's revelation. I watched through the pavilion's tinted glass as they approached, dressed in their finest, though even Amanda's designer dress probably cost less than the champagne I'd selected for tonight. Miss Parker will join us shortly, the maitre d' announced as my family was seated. She personally selected tonight's menu. I heard she never appears in public, Amanda stage whispered. Probably some old woman who got lucky in real estate. My father was examining the hand-blown crystal glasses. This single dinner setting probably costs more than our annual renovation budget. Actually, I said, stepping into the pavilion, each place setting costs more than Kingston Hotel's entire quarterly profit. The silence was absolute. My mother's champagne glass froze halfway to her lips. Amanda's jaw dropped inelegantly. My father simply stared, recognition warring with disbelief. Emma, he finally managed. Hello, family. I took my seat at the head of the table. Or should I say, welcome to my resort? This is impossible, Amanda sputtered. You're a travel blogger. You post pictures of hostels. I smiled, nodding to the staff who began serving the first course, a dish that cost more than a night in their best suite. Those hostels were my properties. Every budget hotel review? Market research. That travel blog you mocked? It has 6 million followers and drives bookings to my resorts. Your resorts? My mother's voice was faint. Eclipse Luxury Resorts. 35 properties across the globe with 15 more under development. And as of this morning, I slid the acquisition papers across the table, the new parent company of Kingston Hotels. My father picked up the documents with trembling hands. You bought our company. Your employer, I corrected gently. The company you work for. And yes, I did. Consider it a birthday gift, Dad. Your little hotel chain will make a nice addition to my economy brand portfolio. Amanda was frantically Googling on her phone. E.J. Parker. Emma Jane Parker. Oh my God. The struggling daughter who needed to find herself found a few things along the way, I continued, sampling the wine I had flown in from my vineyard in France. Like how to build a hospitality empire that makes Kingston Hotels look like a roadside motel. But the money? My mother stammered. How did you? By inheritance. I invested it. That tiny trust fund you thought I was wasting on travels? It built this. I gestured to the surrounding luxury. Every property you thought I couldn't afford? I designed them. That industry discount you tried to use? I own the industry. The staff served the main course on plates that cost more than their monthly salary. My family sat in stunned silence, their worldview visibly crumbling. So, I said pleasantly, about that party invitation I couldn't afford. Emma, we didn't know. Amanda began. Clearly. I smiled, signing the guest book that would be displayed in the resort's lobby, my first public signature as owner. Now, shall we discuss the future of Kingston Hotels? I'm thinking a complete renovation. The kind of upgrade you could never afford before. But fortunately, money isn't an issue for your new owner. As the evening progressed, I detailed my plans for their company, watching their expressions shift from shock to grudging admiration. By dessert, even Amanda had stopped trying to process how her poor sister had become her boss. Happy birthday, Dad, I said, raising my glass. Welcome to my world. The view is much better from up here, isn't it?